What's up? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today and Non-Fungible Tomorrow. And for those of you who were in crypto trader, you'll notice that there was a phishing attack yesterday. And then, everyone went crazy. There were a lot of smoke and mirrors. People were speculating, whether OpenSea were hacked and things like that. But, after doing different type of investigation, different type of security experts, looked at the smart contract and things like that, and then they came up with a version saying that it's actually a phishing attack. For those of you who do not know what a phishing attack is, it's basically an email impersonating OpenSea, sending to someone else, and then that person sees that email thinking that it's from OpenSea, clicks into a link from that email, signs a transaction, giving authorization to the hacker to basically move every NFT within the wallet. So this is, very simply put, a phishing attack. So I do have different type of tweets from different parties, analyzing what happened, and then but I would not talk about it in detail, but instead I'll focus more on basically how you can prevent this from happening and be careful. So basically in the past, right, what I learned is that whenever you sign a transaction, as long as you do not pay gas, it's okay, because when you pay gas, you're basically recording something on the blockchain, which kind of gives an authorization or something like that, right? So this is from Isotile, and I think this is quite an easier to understand of this the whole hack, right? So basically 28 days ago, the hacker uploads a new smart contract. You already know his goal is to get as many signatures as possible. And then what happened is that he starts sending emails to phishing website. They tell you to sign a message to log in, migrate to the new OpenSea smart contract. Instead, you're assigning a private set of 0 ETH of your NFT to the hacker, okay? So basically, he, gets your signature. Then today, which is yesterday, he executes a smart contract function to steal the NFTs before the listing expire. He can do that because he has a signature stored on his server. And then as a final note, check what you are signing, because one click makes a difference. When you break it down to this, right, it's kind of simple to understand, which means that basically don't sign your wallet in different websites that you do not know. And also make sure that when you sign a wallet with, let's say OpenSea, you're signing with the exact address, or else it seems like a hacker could actually steal your signature and then use that signature against you in the near future. So you might ask, so what happened if I accidentally sign my wallet with another website, or some giveaways, or raffles and stuff like that? Yesterday everyone was saying that, hey, if you sign out your MetaMask, it's basically useless, because basically it just it's for a privacy issue, okay, which I won't go into detail. But in order for you to make sure that your funds or your NFTs are safe in the long term, what you can always do is go to websites like Revoke Cash, which I shared in the past before. So basically you don't have to sign in, but you can actually type your wallet address, and then it will show you the tokens that you authorize, or your NFTs that you authorize to other platforms. So right now I have all of these NFTs that I have authorized to these different contracts. So what happened is that, for example, if you have signed some very weird things in the past, what you can do is go to Revoke Cash, and to prevent the chance of being hacked, right? Go to these websites occasionally, and then make sure that your access is being only given to places that you trust, right? So this is OpenSea, and then this is actually X2Y2, okay? If you don't trust this, or let's say if yesterday something like this happened, everyone says that, hey, revoke your assets, revoke your high value NFT assets to OpenSea because someone has stolen your signature from OpenSea, and then they can move your NFT. What you can do is that you can connect your wallet to Revoke Cash and then press revoke. But the thing is, you'll have to pay gas, because you have to pay gas to the blockchain saying that I revoke my access to OpenSea from moving my NFT or doing any transaction on my behalf. Because basically what happened is when you buy an NFT, right? After you buy the NFT and you want to sell it, do you remember that you have to pay gas to approve the collection being sold? Basically what that means is that you're paying gas to the miner saying that, hey, I now give permission to OpenSea to sell every NFT within this collection, okay? And then the next time when you sell your NFT within that collection, you no longer have to pay gas, because that is already recorded in the blockchain. But the next time when you when you want to sell an NFT, you just have to sign a transaction using your signature. So the situation right now is that the hacker stole that signature from the people who were being phished, right? And then they use that signature on OpenSea to help them move the NFTs to the hacker's wallet address, right? In order to prevent this from happening, once if something like this happens, or if you think you might be compromised, all you have to do is you have to go to Revoke Cash, press revoke for OpenSea, or the permission that was granted, like the issue where it is. Say for example, in the future, looks where someone steals the signature from Luxware, okay? There's a phishing attack. What you do is you'll revoke the Luxware contract, right? But remember, after you revoke it, right? you'll have to pay gas fee again if you want to sell that specific collection in OpenSea or in that specific marketplace. So for example, if I revoke my this NFT on OpenSea, I have to pay gas, right? And then a few days later, I want to list it again. I no longer could just sign it, right? I have to pay gas to the miners to record on the blockchain that, hey, now I give OpenSea the permission to sell my NFTs on my behalf again. Revoke Cash is a very good website. You don't have to log in, but you can see your the permissions that you have given to your marketplaces. But yesterday, Revoke Cash actually crashed because everyone was just FOMOing into these websites, revoking all the permission. So if Revoke Cash crash, what you can do? Well, you could also go to Etherscan, and then within Etherscan, there's actually a token approval button. And then with this, you can search your address. And then what happened is that it'll search your address for your ERC20 tokens, which is the regular token, or the ERC721 tokens, right? So if you go here, you can actually go to ERC721, but it will show you nothing, right? Because this is the individual NFT assets, right? But what you have to do is that remember to click by contract, okay? Once you click by contract, you'll notice that, hey, it's not nothing. There is a lot of things that you have given permission to, right? So for example, just now on Revoke Cash, we've seen that all of these permissions were given. And then if we go here, now you can see it, right? By contract, you can see all the permissions that I have given to maybe OpenSea, Luxware, X2Y2, okay? So this is how you can revoke it. And then once you see this, you have to, connect Web3. So it basically connects to your MetaMask. And then you press revoke, but you have to pay gas fee to revoke that collection, okay? What happened yesterday was that, Revoke Cash, and then, Etherscan basically crashed because everyone just went to this website. So there was this tweet, which is very interesting, which is from Maurice Mustang. And so he says that when Etherscan and Revoke Cash are down, you can use remix.ethereum.org in order to remove approval on smart contract directly, even if you aren't a coder. Here's what to do. So I will put this in the description link below. So this is a video for weapons, right? In the future, if you want to revoke anything, but you have no way to access Etherscan or, Revoke Cash, this is what you can do. So basically, it is important to note that approval for the OpenSea contract are made individually on each NFT contract for which you are able to sell your NFT. Removing all approval will require iterating this process. So the first thing, what is Remix? Remix is an in-browser IDE, integrated developer environment hosted on Ethereum.org. So this is actually a website from Ethereum, right? It allows developers to code, test, and deploy Solidity contracts. So, once you're on the site, click the button to create a new Solidity file, naming it something like NFT template.solidity. The name doesn't matter in this case. Next step involves an OpenZeppelin contract. OpenZeppelin is actually a secure, audited smart contract that are the basis of many NFT projects that you interact with daily. And then in the NFT template.solidity file, you import the ERC721.solidity contract as shown. This import the function set approval for all operator approved, which is what is needed to remove approval. So basically, this is a data bank of the ERC721 tokens or collections, right? So you import it into the code according to this thread. With this single import statement, you're ready to start interacting with the smart contract. Look out with the green check mark on the left navigation, which indicates that smart contract will compile successfully. Click on the ETH symbol on the left to access the screen. And then, confirm that you have selected injected Web3, which is say main network, which is the main Ethereum network, right? And then it displays your wallet address. And then select the ERC721.solidity from the contract drop down, copy and paste the NFT contract address that needs to revoke approval for OpenSea and press add address. This will create a reference to a smart contract on the blockchain and set up a similar UI to Etherscan to that of Etherscan. And then basically using the set approval for all function, copy in the OpenSea version 1 contract, which is this one, and set approval to false, press transact. So basically this is the version 1 contract, but now OpenSea migrated to the new contract, right? So that will be another contract you'll have to find out in the future. And then MetaMask will prompt out asking you to sign the false approval for all. So basically you're trying to tell the blockchain that I no longer give them permission to, sell all of my NFT within that collection on my behalf. So double check data, make sure you didn't copy and paste the wrong OpenSea smart contract address, press confirm. When it's confirmed, you can repeat this process by importing another NFT contract on the Remix Deploy tab. So basically, this is a very technical way to do this, but when all things fail, you could refer to this. And unfortunately, I'm not a very technical person, but this is all the research that I've done. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's a little longer, but it is important that we know there are different ways to revoke permission. Remember, disconnecting your wallet to OpenSea is basically kind of like logging out, right? But you know, revoking permission is basically on the blockchain is telling people that, hey, OpenSea can no longer trade my NFT. So logging out does not solve anything, but you have to revoke permission if something like this happens, or if you have some very high value NFTs that and you think you might be attacked in a case like this. So this is your host, Non-Fungible TC. I hope you trade safe in the NFT space, and that's it for today's video, and thank you for watching.